The great Herb Brooks once said, "Great moments are born from great opportunities," and that's what we have here. Even though the speech was given to a hockey team, it can also apply to a suburban New Yorker who has utilized such an opportunity in a foreign land to have some great memories. My name is Thomas Frank Michael Berotti, and I'm from a small, humble town called Allen Park, New York. I was set on becoming a Husky ever since I visited a campus in my junior year. After I received the acceptance letter, I thought about having to study abroad, and I was flustered by the idea of living across the world, since it was such a radical change. As you can tell, I eventually did pull the trigger and choose to study in Greece, with help and reassurance by my family and friends. I could talk for hours about the optimistic and pessimistic thoughts about Greece that rage on my brain forest, but I only have 5 minutes. After 3 flights, my arrival at the Metropolitan Hotel on a bus from the airport was a sort of homecoming, a fact that I realize now after seeing the influence Thessaloniki has had upon me. After looking out of my penthouse window and seeing this surreal view, I quickly had my "we're not in Kansas anymore" moment. The Greek term halara, used here to describe the mindset of people, is what really stuck to me. This term means that no matter what happens in your life, don't overstress it, because things will always work out in the end. This was refreshing to me, because most Americans, especially New Yorkers, are stuck in overdrive all the time and never take a second to relax. I feel blessed to be able to stay in Greece, because this halara disposition will stick with me in the long run and keep my priorities intact. Right off the bat, I soaked up Greece's culture. I learned all about the food, common courtesies, values people have here, and oh yeah, food. I also saw Greece outside of Thessaloniki through excursions to Halkidiki, Mount Athos, Athens, and Delphi. In these cities, I saw landmarks that I've only seen in pictures prior to my time here. Actually being close enough to set foot in some of these places was something that a year ago I never imagined possible as only a freshman in college. I attribute these memories at these places to the friends I traveled with, because without them, I would not have had even half the fun. Nothing topped the trip to the dreamlike Mount Olympus. The hard 2-day hike up turned out to be rewarding, as the view from above the clouds was one of the most fantastic sights I've ever seen. Sadly, all the gods were on vacation now. Being able to travel to Barcelona, Paris, Rome, and soon to be London on a college kid's budget is a pretty cool notch to have under my belt. I mean, how many 18-year-olds can say they have done this and also booked it by themselves? These trips showed me 4 different cultures far different than my main one, and it opened my mind to how unique each person on this world is. Seeing these near different worlds has put some of my stereotypes to rest, and also some of my problems into perspective. Also, getting to see Mama Berotti in Italy was pretty cool too. Studying at the American College of Thessaloniki was made very accessible for all of the NUN students. My classes were actually thought-provoking, not just redundant, and the classrooms were easily navigable. Also, being able to play on the soccer team at HT helped me to get involved in school and meet some great people from all over the world. Many events at the school gave me the opportunities to be more involved and had some meaning put into my time each day there. Once a week, I would travel to Soma Falon Amea, an organization that provides fun and fulfilling activities for mentally disabled people of all ages. Here, I was a teacher's assistant at PE class for autistic children. We were asked to run certain activities and even make up our own for the kids to participate in. Having this opportunity was very unique, as I've not done much volunteering in the past. It also helped me to learn that these kids are not really disabled in all senses of the word. They are all unique individuals with the same capabilities and, more importantly, hearts as big as ours. At first, the 90 days away from home seemed like a daunting task to deal with, but now I'm starting to think that the 90 days here is too short. I've done what I say is a lot of exploring around the city, but I haven't even put a dent in my original plan of seeing everything that there is to offer. Thessaloniki is a vast city with a rich history, and each person has a different story to tell about his past, present, and future lives. All my life, I've only been exposed to New York inhabitants, who are different from other Americans, let alone the Greeks I've encountered here. Going from people who are constantly moving and working to those who will meet you and within the first 5 minutes of your conversation start asking about your parents, grandparents, and even your dog has certainly changed my one-sided view on people. I'm truly fortunate to have had this opportunity to encounter a whole new style of people at such a young age, since I have a bright future ahead of me where I'll cross paths with thousands of different people with unique personalities. I will not assume that these people are all the same as I used to do. The NU in Greece program has afforded me the grand opportunity to see the world in my teens, while some people are not as lucky and never leave their home countries. The memories I have made here and around Europe will never be forgotten, neither will the people that I have shared them with. Now I head back to Boston with a brand new view on people and American culture in general, and I'm excited to see what the next chapter has for me.